it as part of the initiatives as an entire school district.
So Mr. Diaz, no one else is here except for Mr. Cody?
Right now, Mr. Cody is the only one present. I'm waiting for the other one or the other representatives to arrive. If we can start with Mr. Cody while we wait for the other ones, he can give you a summary of the 3-1 goals as well. Okay. Mr. Cody, if you don't mind coming to the podium and give us a summary of your 3-1. I will ask Mr. Bates if he can help us go on page.
Which page would you like?
It is page 9.
Page 9?
Yes, sir. And I'm about to introduce Mr. Cody. Mr. Cody is one of our 6th grade teachers. And Mr. Cody, if you don't mind giving us the process in which you came to these the goals and give us a summary of your goals.
Good afternoon or good evening. Chair Chris Cody, Chair
So thank you for letting me be here. I have an intermediate 5th grade teacher facility, so I'll briefly go over the 301 and how we came to these numbers. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to adjust our goals for the 301 for the best interest of our students and teachers as well. So the 301 goals right now is set off in the 26 percentiles, which will be the cohort groups, and we are looking at a 3-year trend. So students who are proficient, minimally proficient, between 26 and 47%, it will be reduced by 25% each year, and looking at a 3-year trend. And from there, it does go down to minimal proficient, which is 26 to 49, which will be reduced by 20% each year for ELA and 16 for math. So we came to a different approach on this, which is, I believe, which will be more friendly for teachers and staff for academic growth. So I do have a PowerPoint that I wish, it's kind of hard for me to explain it just looking at that, but if I had my own, I could definitely show you guys how we came with these numbers. But briefly, that is our 301 goal.
Can we move members to the other any specific questions regarding the 301 goals or Mr. Cody?
I don't have questions, but I guess it would be ideal, especially because it's a public hearing and eventually the public may want to be able to review, but it is a lot easier to look at it visually as opposed to how it looks reading it. So it's a little hard to vision. However, I think that setting up at least the ability for us to be able to do that in the future, I believe, as we're continuing to present these, but that in mind. Any more questions? Go ahead, Sam.
Is it possible for you to email it to Mr. Diaz to share that information?
Oh yeah, definitely, yes, I have it.
I'll be happy to, you'll have it before the end of the night. And I don't see my other representatives, but I'll be more than happy to speak on the other 301 goals. Once again, I have met with the 301 committee reps, and I'm familiar with the 301 goals, and I'll be happy to answer any questions regarding the 301 presented for the other schools.
So I guess the question that I would have is, on here it talks about the reduction by 25% each year. For those students who are not in the great to see how you came up with those and how, I guess I'm thinking overall in the school's plan for the upcoming years. In the past, we usually saw, I guess, like a percentage on top where it's blue or the highlighted area of the growth, the expectation of growth for our students and our teachers. But the way it's done here is kind of different, so I'm not sure if you could, just explain that to me. I want to see how much growth is going to be accomplished in this year.
I'm looking forward to them, the presentation, and what you go here and explain, and I'll be happy to piggyback on how we try to move the students, and cluster of students over to a master level. It won't show up there, I'm gonna email it to them.
Oh,
And then take.
I have a little presentation of, because I am the representative at the intermediate, and I agree with you, this was hard to explain, so as visually, I created a PowerPoint that I'm gonna share with you guys that will break this down. So, I guess when you guys get it, I'll explain it.
And so,
That's gonna be a little hard for all of us to be. They're running over there, so you might as well send it to
We
Casey.
can,
Yeah, I
Mr.
just-
Zavala, if we did not include it as part of the documents, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. This is a public hearing, so there's no action being
The
taken.
whole farm.
And then can you post it on Board Docs and I can download it, or?
I don't, somebody send it to me, please?
I'm gonna share it.
I can send it to, present.
I'll go ahead and have it, and I'm gonna be sharing it out of speak with the board.
Okay, I understand.
Karen, is it easier to everybody or textbook?
Is there any way you could post it on the agenda?
Just send it to me, please.
It could be,
Please confirm that you have received it.
type on this one. Yeah, if you send it to tech support, actually,
I'm working on it. I'm almost there.
Yeah, it's just a visual to explain all that.
Refresh, if you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
And it's almost every one of them.
Okay, bring it on. So this is, the second slide says growth target. That's where it has the, oh, there it is, yep. So this is my presentation that I presented to my, intermediate group. So this was a new goal that I shared with them, that in math and reading, each grade level, students in the minimal proficiency 26 to 49 percentile will be reduced by 25% each year. So what does that mean? So on slide 2, here we have our growth target. So we are going to target students who are in minimal proficient, which is in the red. So we want to focus on them to push them up into partial proficient, which is yellow. So we can see a change. We could have target students in non-proficient, but if we move them up, they're still in red. So we want to see that change. So our target, my little arrow right here, is that we want to target the minimal proficient. So students who scored between 26 and 49 percentile, we want to reduce that group by 25% each year over 3 years. So what does that mean? So right here on the next page, here's an example. So those students right there in the red, those are the students that scored in between 26 and 49%. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 students. There's 8 students in that cohort. So that's our target students. Our goal is we want to reduce that group by 25%. So we want 2 students to get out of that. So the students are in 5th grade. So right now we want to get 2 students out of it. In 6th grade, we want 2 more to get out. So every year we're reducing that group to get smaller and smaller and smaller. By 7th grade, that would be like cut lesson by less than half. So that's how this goal is written. So hopefully that kind of gives a little bit explanation. And if we go down to slide 4, so that was the before and after. So this, the one in yellow is our new goals on how to try to push students out of it with intervention, really looking into data, because I really believe in data to where we have to constantly monitor students and assess with new goals and try to push, motivate them is to get them out of it, because I do stress this with my kids in my class. I do show them data. I do show them what group they're in, the cohort, and try to get them out of it. So it is a motivator, especially with the colors. We want blue and green and yellow. So this is thank you for sharing. This is a lot easier to explain when you can see it visually. So, and I did present this with my group, and this is our goal presentation.
A comment. I think what Ms. Francis was referring to is, I think that correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that we were looking at the group, wanted to focus on and make sure that that group actually goes a little bit better moving along. But I feel like the last plans reported is that we're going to look at an overall increase, whether it was I think in general to all of the students, as opposed to just focusing and giving all that emphasis on those that are not doing them that we want them to, but it was generally a demonstration, or it was demonstrated that at least all of the students carry a growth, or we were going to achieve a growth based on wherever they landed within their delay or not. So is that not going to be how we're looking at it, or we're just going to start to all focus on certain students and have them achieve?
At the beginning of slide 2, majority of the students are in the minimum proficient. So, and that's where our target is at.
Okay.
Well, I was just wondering, because we don't want to lose the ones that are not. So I'm just wondering what percentages are there in that?
I guess that's what that's the report. I mean, I guess that's the total. If we're saying 100% of students are going to be proficient, then okay, we're going to achieve and move everyone forward. But I guess that needs to be explained and given to us. Give it to us, tell us that's what's happening, so that we understand that. Because right here, it's like we're focused on these students. But that's just what. But I know you're doing that as an example. But that's what go ahead.
I'm trying to jump off and see, sorry. Also, there's more that is going to be coming during the retreat. You're looking at slide 2. We should have started by the first payment. What is the goal that we want to achieve over the next 3 years? And the focus over the next 3 years, if you look at it, it says 80% mastery for 70% of the students who work. That's what we want for all of our students. But nevertheless, what we're looking at is right now where the need is based on the school, based on a particular school this year, based on testing and the pre-assessment, there's a huge number of students in the minimum proficient and the non-proficient. So they are spending their energy right now to try to move forward, but nevertheless, the overall, overarching goal that we will promote and ensure that we continue to put all of our emphasis is that 80% mastery for 70% of the students want.
Is that across the board? Is that?
That is what we will be trying, we promoting, starting with the board retreat. If we get the support, this will become part of the strategic plan as well.
So the part you just mentioned, is it in this plan? Are they gonna make sure that that's included?
I missed it, you know,
You say that there's a goal one and this is goal two. Where's goal one if it's not?
the goal two is covered by the arrow, it says goal two, 90% attendance. The minimal attendance is 90%.
I'm talking about in the plan.
Oh,
That's on the presentation. But is that goal in the plans that we all know that this is the overall achievement goal?
the district one is gonna be 80% mastery for all students.
Is that not need to be in this plan to emphasize? Or
But not in this one, it's not on this particular plan, no. We have not established, after we meet as a retreat and discuss what the needs are and what we want to establish the goals as a district, and then the 80% mastery and the 90% will become the district goal and expectation.
So maybe we were a little cart before the horse because we're not.
Okay, yes, it is.
No, you guys, I know, you guys.
That is correct, and you are absolutely correct. So, based on where we're heading, we don't wanna wait until the board meeting to be able to start going out. We'll be working with the principals at the school, we're starting to then make changes at the district level, school level, and classroom level to try to promote these goals. So it is indeed, but we don't have the time to wait to roll this out, so we wanna begin working on the new plan and expectations.
Or? Any of your other presenters?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Vance.
That sounds like a really good plan. I mean, with how you broke it down, I mean, with the, here, the growth target shows that the stretch goal and then, 1 and 2, which is what Ruben is, explaining. And that's gonna be part of what we're gonna be meeting on when we do the board meeting. So, as long as it, I guess it's, I don't know if there could be an attachment to this, or this comes in later, or, the group knows the intent of the goal.
I guess that's what I'm trying to say. The 301 goals are specific because they have to be met in order for them to receive the supplement from them. Does that mean their overall achievement will be based on what they do with these mineral deficiencies and not the overall achievement of goal number one? That's all I'm saying. Because if it is, then I want to see everybody kind of get left. Not everybody. Those that are achieving, not still just showing growth because we're focusing on our 26 to 29%. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. As I explained in the beginning, the statute allows the governing board to set the criteria, and we will set the criteria once again during the retreat. But nevertheless, it's, right now, based on the scores that they have, I need each school to begin moving the students forward, and as they move forward, I can commit and guarantee that we will monitor the learning to ensure the growth of all of our students, so we can achieve the overarching goal that we will set.
I believe you. I just think
It sounds better in my head.
it's just I don't want there to be any misconceptions because I feel like we get it and understand because this is what you're explaining to us is that we have such a large group that it's going to be very good to have everyone. I just don't want to have anyone not be included in that achievement because I get it. I know as a former student myself, when you were ahead, all you had to do was sit there while the teacher worked for most of the stuff behind and you kind of just sat and read it. Even though it wasn't like you were still given that direct overall, hey, you're so far ahead, you can or help these other guys or whatever it is. I feel like that's, I don't want to be there. Just overall, in genuine, everyone should be kind of achieving as much as they can and moving forward and showing that and moving to demonstrate. So that's what I'm, that's what I'm, but that's.
It's an excellent one.
Good, so, okay. Down, all agree? Go ahead, Ella, you have anything?
I was just going to ask if this chart you have here, are the schools going by that too?
The one showing on the screen right now?
Yes.
Right now, back in December, principals, assistant principals, sis and I, we met and we started the direction that we want to head in the next 3 years. And this is what we will be rolling out, and we'll be rolling out, and you hear more about this as well. But this is what is going to set precedent in the tone, in the direction for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I like this because we tell the kids, we're here, we want to go here, and daily, to
And there's
motivate.
more, additional cost there.
Thank you.
Goals.
That's it, thank you, Mr. Cody. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Ms. Cabal, at this point, I will ask Ms. Cabal to please come to the podium so she can explain a few one goals for your school. And Ms. Cabal, sorry, Ms. Gomez is not here, and, sorry, and, I do not see the other two presenters at this point, from the audience. Once again, I'm not familiar with the balances. I have met with them several times. I'll be more than happy to begin explaining the perspective. And if you don't mind, on the plan posted, I will direct you to page number 5. For the primary, first of all, I want us to remember that in the primary, the teacher reading levels. And depending on the reading levels, the way the points will be allocated is going to be based on their proficiency. As you can see, for the ELA goal, 90% to 100% of the schools show growth. They're going to be, the teachers then are going to be getting the points. And depending on the growth, it's going to be the less point. It is not only heavily weighted, showing the emphasis in reading as a school-wide. Similarly, when you go down for preschool, once again, what I want you to see is how heavy weighted the reading goal is, and also demonstrated based on the percentage of students scoring. The more students showing growth, which is 50 to 100%, then the teachers will be allocating 40 points for that particular goal. Regarding kinder and third classroom teachers, once again for ELA, as you can see, the points, the maximum point is going to be based on the maximum percentage of growth on mastery level and receiving 40 points. This is for the general ed classroom, and for the specialists on intervention, the specialists in intervention teachers, based on the logs completed and submitted by the specialists and interventionists, they will also be getting the most points based on the instruction that they provide and the standards in the educational, in the general education classrooms. The specialist goal is to ensure the students are participating and engaging in the classrooms, and it will be demonstrated also their attendance, based on their attendance and the students that participate in their lessons. That's how they're going to get those points for the primary. And for exceptional ed, this, what is expected for the students based on where they're at, they're expecting a 10% growth, and based on the students that achieve that percent growth in ELA or math, the exceptional ed teachers will get the points, once again based on the total number of students that achieve the 10% growth based on where they're at. And the last one is keeping parents informed of the growth. What I like about this particular goal is not only that they're going to be meeting with the parents and also communicating the growth for the students, but they're also going to be documenting that those conversations in our student integration program, or in the program that we have for our students to collect all the information. So that's part of the goal. And at this point, I'm gonna stop to see if I can answer any questions regarding their school-wide goals or individual classroom goals, as well as the specialist and intervention goals.
Um, I like, unless the seventh, site, I like that there's a school-wide percentage, and it's not just, each classroom, but the school-wide, so say for instance, on the ELA goal, that 90 to 100% of the school will show growth in the reading fluency score, so I like that. But how much is growth? Could it be percentage, 10%? So, those are some of the things that stand out for me. But I like that their expectations of the whole school, that there's gonna be growth. And that is good, but then again, there's no percentage on how much growth.
Thank you, Ms. Benz, and that would bring also clarity if we go back to the other presentation, page 2. If you don't mind, Mr. Bates, can you show once again slide number 2 for Mr. Porter's presentation?
Yeah.
As you can see, not only do we have every single level, but some of the clarity that you're going to be able to see that depending on where the students are now, we can establish what is the minimal expectation that we want to see moving forward. But that's going to be also rolled out more during the retreat. I'm sorry that I continue to go back to the retreat, but I believe that it's going to bring a lot of clarity as to what is expected as in the next couple of years, depending on where the students are and where we want to get. And if we don't mind, Mr. Bates, we can go back to the 301 document. And any other questions? Before we move on into our IE. Much good, school. Okay.
I also want to just point out that the whereas that the primary campus teachers will have their will enter their PLP contact logs. So it's not just, there's actually going to be the communication then on those. There's expectations on that communicating with the parents, so that's going to impact.
Thank you. Connecting with the parents, it is going to be an important factor of the next 3 years in communicating the student progress. So I concur and agree with your statement as well.
Anything else from the board?
And I say it is important to note also for the public, we're still working with a secondary campus, and the goals will be provided at a later time. That way we can then begin talking about the one goals set for the school. All right. At this point, I would like to bring everybody to page 12. And this one, it took me a while, and I met with the representative at the school to understand it better. And It's important to know that for the school that it is an alternative accelerating program, and the way they set up the expectation and the way it was explained to me, depending what the student produced during the fall semester, the expectation is that each student is gonna have to demonstrate the same and then more. So which means they expected to grow 100% of what they grew in the fall, they will be expected to grow also in the spring. So given that all the students are working at different rates, if the student completed 10 activities during the fall in one class, the expectation is that they will have to complete another 10 plus more. So that's 100% growth in their expectation. If the student completed one entire course, the expectation is that for the spring semester, they will also complete another course plus something else. So their expectation is 100% plus for each one of the students, and in the area, that's for the school-wide goal, which is the very first one. And as you go on to the next one, the next goal, their expectation is going to be that the students will show a 10% growth, depending on where they're at. Based on where they're at, they expected to grow 10%, and depending on the percentage of students that grow the 10% based on where they're at, that's where the points are going to be allocated for the teachers and determine their monies that they will be receiving. The goals are exactly the same for reading as well as for math, that the expectation is based on where the students are, they will grow 10%, a minimum of 10% from their starting point. And I will open it up at this point to the board for any questions regarding the 301 goals for this school.
I really like that the expectation is whatever the student completes in that first semester or that first target date, then the expectation is the same amount plus more. So that, to me, that's really good. I really like that.
Thank you, Ms.
There's more to be added, and then, retreat.
Anything else? Thank you. Ms. Sylvia? Wanda?
I couldn't hear the comment. And that's not the longest meeting. So, you know.
Ella?
No, I don't have anything.
President Buendia, members of the board, I also want to thank the flexibility to all of the teachers, in which they have been able to go back and review and change multiple times. That way we can align the goals to where we're heading. And I also want to thank the board members for your patience. I know we were supposed to vote on it back in December, but the fact that you afforded us more time is giving us also a higher level of expectation on the goals. And we are committed to continue to work and make changes at the high school level, at the secondary level, that way we can bring before you the updated version. So we look forward to not only write the goals, but also support the schools in achieving the goals and support the teachers to achieve the goals.
guess I'm just a little, I mean, I think that we're gonna approve it, in secondary education, we have other things that need to be in addition to it. I don't know that it's ready to be an action item and be approved as a, but that's just.
I agree.
You still do? Okay.
You know, you kind of ran through it a little bit, but, you know, I'm just kind of disappointed that, how many committee members are there?
We have one for every school,
One.
correct? And I will take responsibility for that and follow up on that matter as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have any additional comments. Normally they're here to present, offer. I get it, I understand that you've been there, you understand it, but kind of show them, I don't know, where everything's at.
Overall, I guess, I really appreciate the teachers for getting together during December, the month of December, which is really busy time for families and to work on this and to go back and to look at how they could, move forward. And I guess what I really, relying on is the, when we have a board retreat, the goal that, you know, is there and we're gonna be seeing and stuff and how this plays into that. So, you know, that's what I'm really looking forward to. But I do appreciate all the work that was put into this and the time. I do understand the concept or the conflict that it isn't ready, the secondary, well-being, doesn't have theirs as part of this. And it would, it, for us to move forward with it right now, it would be an incomplete package.
Anything else?
I agree. I think, we can reach these goals if we get all our teachers in, you know. I know we have shortage at the high school, real bad, you know, but, I agree with what Catherine presented, so, thank you.
I don't wanna belittle or not be appreciative of the effort that was taken to take it back, and maybe that was something that needed to be done. Not that, I'm not trying to, but I just really understand some key information that would be really helpful to us to publish moving forward. We usually can't, like you said, you needed it, but ultimately that would be my comment for this. So,
No, just wondering, is there a timeline that this needs to be approved by, or?
We are already behind on it. I want to once again point out, thank you, Ms. Vance. I know some of the teachers, they have to work with the holidays, over the holidays, to be able to change it. There was a change of expectations also. And I want to thank them because I pulled them out of their vacation to be able to work on it. I want to point out that the high school did work on it, but nevertheless, it does still needs some refinement in some of the areas, and they're willing to continue to make those changes and bring it before the governing board. We will continue to support them in guidance so they can complete it in that next available time. An extra week will afford us the extra time that we will also need to complete the fourth school. The three schools right now, they can start working on it if you approve it, but if not, that will be able to bring it. An extra week is not going to hurt, but it will have all the schools also in place. Either way, we'll continue to move forward based on the discretion of the board as well.
you can actually also see a fair, or at least it has to be presented to the teachers, right? You have to get a consensus.
Yes. It's every single school have voted, and they do have the 70% or higher. Based on the changes, we have met with our high school and provided guidance last week, they gave it the best shot. But there's still areas, we have a great opportunity to be moving once again. It was also the principal provided some additional support. And they are already working, and they know the timeline that it has to be very aggressive between now and this week to get it changed, get it from the teachers and give it back to us by next Wednesday, so we can bring it before, the governing board by the retreat and move forward.
So then in particular, and I guess just to kind of hear from them, because they're here, but I know the principals don't really have too much involvement. But overall, you've reviewed it, is there anything that you would comment at this point? Not really? Anything?
For primary, I have talked about how, the points are off. Because if you go all the way to the bottom of the document, classroom data and school-wide data is a total of 40 points. And then instruction, which is the teacher evaluation, is 60 points. So if you look at the points just on this, total's 100. I've offered that guidance. Some things were told to our staff that they could eliminate the teacher evaluation, but I reminded them that you can't do that. So I know, like, for primary, the points need to be adjusted. Even though it's heavy, like the 50 points is great, but there's only 40 points allotted for this whole for the classroom data and school weight.
Which means that they'll just be heavily on their evaluation. Right?
No, because this totals 100, so it nixed out including their evaluation within the point system.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So this has to be revised. But that would be my only thing, and then to go back to my note, you stated what percentage of growth. I think the thought process behind that was this is actually our first school year back in person. So right now, especially like our third grade cohort, that cohort was when we call them our COVID kids, because that's when it hit us really strong. So those kids, they are about a year and a half to 2 years behind. So we stated, I know the process for them is let's see how they're growing, whether, we could have a kid who started at 0%, but they're up at 50%. They're not where they need to be, but they're showing that growth. And I think that's why they didn't attach a specific percentage, but if you'd like to see that, we definitely can go back and have them add that.
I think that's fair consideration, because obviously that's across the board for every student.
Right, yeah.
But I understand that I just don't want, I think that was a fair inclusion in the previous plans, because it laid an expectation. You're going to still achieve.
Yeah, and it's not to say that we're not working on that, because it's funny, because I do have data right here that we've been looking at, and we have it labeled out as the student showed this much growth. Some regressed, but some went up by 5 to 50% growth. It's still growth, it's just not the amount we want to see. But again, I know we don't want to talk about COVID, but it's a reality where these kids are still trying to make those gains and make that progress to where they need to be.
I agree.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. I know you're still waiting on yours, so. Unless you want to comment or not.
No, I think we had a good clarification meeting with our 301 representative, and I think the direction that Mr. Diaz wants to go in provided that clarity. So that information that Mr. Cody had, we hadn't shared because it hadn't been formally rolled out, but that's something I'm doing Friday. But when we laid it out with our 301 representative, I felt like some light bulbs kind of went off, and it just gave her some direction, because previously there was lots of different things being thrown out, and I think they were trying to capture all of those things and try to put it in the 301, just because there was a lot of inaccurate information, I think, being put out, and we are doing this is what we're doing, and they wanted a way to kind of show that, but it's gonna get reworked, and, the weighting of the points was a concern, but like Mr. Diaz said, I can't go in and say, you need to change these points. I can kind of like, hey, you might want to consider this, or hey, because it's a teacher devised plan. So we have an ILT tomorrow with our content needs, and this is going to be the focus of our conversation. so that way they can have conversations with their departments. And then we'll reevaluate on Friday during PE to kind of narrow this and have it ready to go for board retreat.
Ms. Bailey's, anything you want to comment?
No, I'm very proud of my team. They did it all on their own, so I trusted them and I told them if they needed guidance, they can talk to Mr. Diaz because, I couldn't, I guess, do it for them. And so, they pretty much, I'm pretty confident that they know what they're doing.
Mr. Fox, anything?
No, just to add that I'm pretty confident with our 301, we are a little more unique, as you guys know. But I like the fact that with Mr. Diaz's guidance and tutelage, that we ensured that it was 100% and encompassed all our kids, because many of my kids are in different levels anyway. So I think it's a smart goal. I think it's very attainable, it's realistic, it's timely. So I'm really happy with it.
I just want to make a comment. I really, thank you, Mr. Diaz, for all your, work in helping the sites get this and showing them that there is expectations, there is a goal, and providing that information is helping them reach that. And so, Principal Saddam, I really appreciate that you're taking your time to make sure that you're doing what you need to do to meet the goals that the plan, that the upcoming plan, and Principal Enriquez, same thing, what you shared about the numbers there. We didn't see it, I didn't see it, and so, your input in that is really helpful for your site, and again, having confidence, Mr. McKay Lewis in your site, in your team, that's good, and Mr. Fox, everything that they're doing is and it is true, your site is unusual, it's different from all the sites, I really appreciate everything you're doing in getting this done.
Thank you.
And then possibly, if it isn't, move, and I know there's, we want to get this done, we want to get it started, but because there's no objections, I guess, on the goals that we see, that we continue to move that way, and then just waiting for the additional report, and then that maybe, we need to talk about a special meeting, because it's late doing this and get back to it.
Yes.
Thank you, President. I think once again, I have to give the credit to the principal, that they had the opportunity to meet so we can then reset our minds and reset where we're heading. It allows me to once again highlight and shout out to the teachers that based on the time given to be able to shift minds, change ideas, change goals. Are they where they need to be? Absolutely not. Are they heading in the right direction? We will continue to provide the support to get in the right direction.
Thank you. Moving on to the board. Good. All right, thank you all so much. We can go ahead and adjourn the public hearing. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Ms. Max, motion, and Sylvia, second.
All those in favor of the motion, Juan Buendia, Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood, Kathleen Vance, motion carries.
That, we'll go ahead and move into and call to order January 10th, 2023, Baboquivari School District Organizational Meeting. Go ahead and turn to Mr. Sabal for roll call.
All those present, here are I, Juan Buendia, Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood, Kathleen Vance.
We do have a quorum, go ahead and continue. Number 3 is our routine and business that are areas and cool of the agenda for the January 10th, 2023, organizational meeting. Do I hear a motion? Motion by Ms. Kathleen Vance, second by Ms. Sylvia Hendricks. Guess I hear good over here.
All those in favor, Juan Buendia,
No,
Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. Motion carries.
Number 4 is our election of officers for calendar year, should be 23-24? 20, what do we, it says
23, 24.
23-24. Letter A is our election of board president.
Make a motion. I mean,
I accept the nomination. Are there any other nominations?
Is there a second?
Or a second?
Second.
Second, by Ms. Stephanie Minutes.
No.
Oh. Yes, Ms. Anna Marie Stevens.
Okay, for board president, we have a nomination of Juan Buendia. Is there any other nominations?
I'm gonna make a motion to post the nomination.
Is there a second to Sylvia Hendricks' motion? Ms. Stevens?
Yes.
All those in favor of the motion? Juan Buendia,
Masako.
Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. Motion carries. Congratulations.
Oh, I appreciate you. Letter B is our election of board clerk.
I'd like to nominate Anna Marie Stevens.
The motion and nomination of Ms. Anna Marie Stevens. I'll second.
Any other nominations for board clerk? Here. Thank you. Sylvia Hendricks' motion to approve the nomination. Ms. Vance to second the nomination. All those in favor, Juan Buendia,
Masako.
Anna Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. Motion carries. Congratulations, Ms. Vance.
Oh, Ms.
Oh, Ms. Stevens.
Like we haven't done this. All right. So, you our positions as president and board clerk, and thank you all to the governing board. I really appreciate your support and your confidence. And I know that it's always been very, it's been a long educational road for myself as well, and all of us. So thank you all so much for your support. Continue. At this point, we'll move on to the oath of office for myself, Ms. Sylvia Hendricks, and Captain Vance. Will we stand?
Stand, right? Ms. Hendricks, Mr. Buendia, and Ms. Vance were placed. No one else ran for the elections. So this is what term is this for you? 2? And 2? Hendricks, I have no idea. 5? 5 terms. I,
I want to do.
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona, and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of the governing board for the Baboquivari Unified School District Number 40 according to the best of my abilities, so help me God, or so do I affirm. Good luck on your next term. I hope I'm here for the whole thing.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, with that, the last thing here is our board member conflict of interest. Mr. Sabala, you want to explain a little?
Every year, required by Arizona statute, governing board members in the state of Arizona are required to fill out a conflict of interest form that anything that can occur illegally that they are away from them, like if hypothetically, if Ms. Greasewood's daughter was doing business with the district, she would have to step away with that because she is personally related to that person doing business with the district. So at any point, what they're going to do now is fill out these conflict of interest forms stating that they may have somebody here doing business with the districts, and they will write that, annotate that on the document. If not, they will just state no and sign it, and then they'll be good for the next year.
Thank you. I just wanted to hear what we were doing and signing off on.
And once those are completed, I can get them after the meeting, and if you're ready to go. Yes, if you have no conflict. Thank you. No conflict. Anybody that wants to, that may,
You can mention it.
Alright.
I was just kidding.
Okay, so just make sure the law receives
Oh,
the
she
form, but the meeting is there a motion to adjourn our organization?
Oh, wait, sorry.
A motion by
I'll let
Mr.
you
Bass, second by Mr.
Unless
Stevens.
you just want to.
Who made the motion?
Ms. Vance and Ms. Stevens.
All those in favor of the motion? Juan Bonilla,
Ms. Upon.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. Motion carries.
Our organizational meeting
No, it
is
doesn't.
now
It
into,
doesn't make,
No.
and calls to order.
so I just signed it.
Yes.
Tuesday, January 10, 2023,
This one?
regular government board meeting. Mr. Sabalo, open up roll call.
All those present here say aye. Juan Bonilla, Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. That
Okay, we
completes
do
the
have a quorum. We'll continue with tonight's meeting. Letter C is our pledge of allegiance. If you all please stand and join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Now we'll move on to letter B, our routine business. Number one is approval of the January 10th board meeting agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve? Or is there any changes? If not, move to approve tonight's agenda for January 10th, 2023. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Sylvia Hendricks.
All those in favor of the motion? Juan Bonilla,
Ms. Upon.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. Motion carries.
Number two, approval of December 13th, 2023 regular board meeting minutes. If there are no objections, I'll move to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Anna Marie Stevens.
All those in favor of the motion? Juan Bonilla,
Ms. Upon.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance. Motion carries.
Number three is our call to the audience.
No call to the audience, sir.
For the record, we have no call to the audience. We'll move on with our meeting this evening. Letter E is our information items, beginning with number one, public Baboquivari School District. Students of Mr. Diaz.
School Touch, members of the community, President Bonilla, members of the board, colleagues, parents, and family, and of course students. Thank you for being here today. It's a special day to celebrate all of your efforts, all of your work. We're here because of you. And at this moment, I want to have Ms. Jennifer, the principal, to be able to present our students of the month.
Good evening, President Buendia, governing board members, Mr. Diaz, and community. I'm gonna call on the kids that I do see here, and then hopefully by the time I get through them, then we'll go back to seeing the others that shown. I'm gonna start with our kindergarten student, McKenna Jose. If you could please come up with your family. McKenna Jose was nominated by Mrs. Help. McKenna has made tremendous growth this quarter in letter recognition, math, and reading CBC words. She is kind and always follows the rules of her classroom. She is very helpful, making sure to help a friend that may need extra help. Congratulations, McKenna, for being nominated Student of the Month. Great job. When McKenna grows up, she wants to be a teacher.
If you want us to show you a heart, thumbs up, or to dab, what would you like? What do you want us to do? A heart? All right, We love your work, so we're gonna show you the work. Ready? Look at the camera and show a heart.
Congratulations, McKenna. Our first grade student was nominated by Mrs. Hernandez, Brayden Lopez. If you could please Brayden was nominated as Student of the Month because he comes in ready to learn every single day. Many times he has mentioned how much he loves school and enjoys learning. Brayden is doing amazing academically. He is making the necessary growth every quarter. Brayden is not a student who has to be redirected. He knows what the class expectations are. Ms. Hernandez is very proud of Brayden and all of his hard work. When he grows up, he would like to be a police officer.
Thumbs up for that. Okay, thumbs up. All right, we're proud of him.
Right.
2 thumbs up. Thank you. Good job.
For second grade, Miss Nelson nominated Talia Ochoa. Talia exhibits positive behavior daily. Her classwork and participation goes above and beyond Miss Nelson's expectations. It makes Miss Nelson so happy as a teacher to see her students master a particular skill or concept. She has grown so much academically. She is very proud to recognize Talia Ochoa as the December Student of the Month. Congratulations on all your hard work.
Big one. Show her love, all right?
For third grade, Ms. Holmes has nominated Crystal Lopez.
Crystal right there. There's a lot of people. Crystal Lopez. No, not yet.
Right, for our specials class, which is Tinker Lab, Ms. Tina Tongo has nominated Raven Burnett Cooper.
There's some chairs open up here if you guys want to squeeze in.
Raven thinks like a scientist. She is very creative and really gets into her projects, especially those that involve constructing and building. Raven is a problem solver. For example, when she was in the classroom one day, they were celebrating a classmate's birthday. One of the treats was an ice cream cup, but there was no spoon. Raven constructed a spoon out of the lid of the cup. Miss T thought that was so resourceful for her to do. Way to go, Raven. When Raven grows up, she wants to be a nurse. She wants to help people feel better when they are sick. Raven would like to be a nurse that works with children.
Thank you.
And lastly is our pre-K student. I'm not sure if she's here, Briella Thomas. That concludes Students of the Month for primary. I will turn it over to Ms. Begay Lewis at the intermediate campus.
Good evening. So I have my teachers here who are presenting their awards to our Student of the Month for the intermediate campus. For fourth grade, Ms. Quiones.
Yeah.
Good evening, I'd like and proudly, to present to, Student of the Month for fourth grade. We have Melanie Chico. Melanie shows respect and kindness by listening attentively when teachers or classmates are speaking. She's very helpful in class without being told. She follows the rules and demonstrates kindness and consideration for others. She is a talented, hardworking student who works independently. Congratulations, Melanie Chico. And she wants to change the world by setting a good example to her classmates and peers in showing kindness, and she wants to study hard so she can help her family in the future.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and now fifth grade.
Greetings of gratitude of this opportunity to our esteemed governing board, to our dynamic interim superintendent, Mr. Diaz, to our ever hardworking principals, and to our proud parents. Our fifth grade student of the month is undoubtedly a model student. What could I say? Just good things for this girl. At a young age, she already exemplified her values and traits. She totally makes friends easily, gets along with almost everyone else in the class, and she's considerate. She listens as much as she can and talk as less. Our student of the month is as well given. She knows no boundaries in her small ways. The traits of speaks of the PBIS characteristics, with which she can choose from kindness. I am proud to present the December Student of the Month for 5th grade, no other than Sadie Khan.
Big thumbs up, everybody.
Congratulations, and for sixth grade.
Tash, I'm Chuki Marias and Marcus, the sixth grade teacher, to the highly respected board of the Baboquivari Unified School District, to the principals, and to our hardworking Principal Miguel Lewis. I am proudly to present the Student of the Month for the month of December. Our Student of the Month of December is a passionate student. She has a good heart because our goal for this month is respect. And she is showing respect not only for the students, for her peers, but also for the teachers and for all the students for the whole campus. Without further ado, congratulations to Juliet C. Carlos for showing respect. Without further ado, without further doubt, congratulations.
Marks, thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up it is.
Big 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Congratulations. For our next award is for our specialist class in PE, and Miss Murray nominated Elon Thomas. Is he here? Elon Thomas? No. So Elon Thomas, he is always helping out his classmates and helps them open doors and get throughout the campus. He is always kind to others and makes sure they are respected. And he would like to make the world a better place by being happy. Now to Ms. Sudan.
Good evening, Board President Buendia, governing board members, Mr. Diaz, and family and community that came out to celebrate our students. I'm going to start with the 7th grade student of the month, and that is Joshua Corella. The 7th grade team named Joshua Corella as the December student of the month. He is the son of Ashley Norris and Damon Corella. He lives in Tucson, but his home village is Chula. And his favorite classes this year are social studies and AVID with Miss Dalton and PE with Mr. Dees. Joshua likes drawing, playing video games, and riding his bike with friends. After graduation, he plans on going to college, but is keeping an open mind about which college he wants to attend. One person that Joshua admires greatly is his mom. He admires her because she loves him, takes care of him, and supports him. Congratulations, Joshua.
Thank you.
What are we doing? Thumbs up, hearts, or Debbie? Joshua?
Good to see you.
What do you want? Heart, thumbs up, dab. Thumbs up, alright.
One, two, three.
Thank you.
All right, our 8th grade student of the month is Sean Mendoza. Now, Sean? All right, we'll move on to our 9th grade student of the month, and that is Miss Jessica Ortega. Jessica is the daughter of Teresa Antonio and granddaughter of Lois Lajero. Her home village is Bondoc and her home district is Chippewa. She is a strong student and athlete. She ran cross country and will be going out for softball this spring. Jessica is involved in student council, serving as the secretary of the 9th grade class. Her favorite class this year is Autumn Art with Mr. Diaz. When she is at home, her hobbies include being outdoors and spending time with family. After graduating, she plans on attending either University of Arizona or New York University. And her current career goal is to either become a real estate agent or a flight attendant. The people she admires the most are her mom, her grandma, and her auntie. She admires them because they always inspire her and help her to keep going when times are tough. Congratulations, Jessica!
Just go, where's up? Alright, thumbs up, dab, alright.
Send me a Jessica. One, two, three.
Our 10th grade student of the month is Samina Enos. Samina is the daughter of Marlo and Ken Enos. She lives in Sells, and her home district is Sells District. Samina is a strong student with excellent attendance. Her two favorite classes this year are Wida with Mr. Enriquez and Audio and Visual with Ms. Lopez and Ms. Casares. Samina is multi-talented and enjoys making music with different instruments like drums, accordion, and the guitar. She also likes to create visual stories using stop motion animation. After graduating, she plans on going to college with the goal of becoming a filmmaker. If she could, she would make the world a better place through her animation and art. You're doing a wonderful job, Samina. Congratulations.
This was some art, some love. When she becomes famous, this is what she's gonna publish.
All right, our junior student of the month, Aiden Joaquin. Aiden is the son of Mervin Joaquin. His home village is Sells, in Sells District. Aiden is a strong student with good attendance. He is an athlete running cross country and playing basketball with the Baboquivari Warriors. His favorite class this year is U.S. History with Mr. Cooper. His hobbies include playing video games, listening to music, and running. Aiden is still undecided about college at the moment, and his career goal is to become a mechanic. One person he admires greatly is his dad. He looks up to his dad for the amount of hard work that his dad puts in to support him in his sports and schoolwork. Congratulations, Aiden.
You're too cool for hearts and alright. Thank you. Oh, one more. Will you look at the picture? What about you? Will you see the picture as well? Ready? One more time. Thumbs up. Ready? Set.
And our 12th grade student of the month is Patrick Bautista. Patrick is the son of Christy and Patrick Bautista Sr. His home village is South Portland, and his home district is Wells Chukchon. Basketball is both a dedicated student and an athlete. He played football, and this spring he'll be going out for baseball. His favorite class is Thought History with Mr. Enos because he likes learning new things about the villages and districts that he never knew. As graduation approaches, he is deciding between NAU or U of A. His current career goal is to become a welder. One person that Patrick greatly admires is his mom. He honors her because she works hard every day to give him opportunities, and she pushes him to be his best. Congratulations, Patrick. To the family in the back, they would like you.
Your dad. Hearts. Thumbs up. How many? 2, 3, 4. One more. 2 more. Thank you. What he said? Go.
All right, now I will pass it off to Principal Fox from the alternative program.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, family, friends. Do I have any Leos hanging out in the
in the hallway back there? Okay, well,
That's one of
my
my
students
students
a
that
month
came out
for,
from high school.
Barbecue Accelerated Academy are sisters. We have an 8th grader by the name of Adriana Leon. Miss Leon came to us just this year. She's proven to be a very conscientious, kind, and just a wonderful, wonderful young lady. Her character exceeds even what she's doing in the classroom. So Adriana, I certainly hope you're listening. I'll repeat it again for you tomorrow. But congratulations to Adriana Leon, 8th grade student. And then our high school student is Kiana Leon. It happens to be her older sister. I've been in education for roughly 25 years. I've worked with all sorts of populations, from what people want to label at risk, want to label potential dropouts, and I've also worked with the kids in the AP courses. This young lady, Kiana, I hope you're listening, is by far the smartest, most intelligent learner, human being that I've met in 25 years. And I'm even throwing my own kids in there. So that says a lot. She has obstacles that I can't even explain to you guys. And she smashes them. She completed Algebra 2 first semester in a month and a half. And that's with Miss Garcia. You guys know Miss Garcia? There are no shortcuts. Eventually got an A in that. She doesn't know it yet, but she will be going to the U of A, and she will be an aeronautical engineer, I'm quite sure, or a doctor of some sort. Miss Garcia hasn't any say that she's going to be an engineer. So, Kiana, I hope you're listening. They're so, so proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep setting that example for your peers and your own family and all of us. So thank you all very much.
Thank you all very much. We'll go ahead and take a short break, but I do want to thank you all. Of course, I know that it's always a pleasure to do this part of the day. We genuinely wish to thank all of you as parents, as supporters, as guardians, for everything that you do for your students. I know this is an achievement that not many of them get as far as we're able to come here to the board. We wanted to take that time to recognize and give you the time to do that. So thank you all so much from us as the governing board, and thank you all. You're welcome to stay. We'll just continue our meeting, but have a blessed evening and good evening. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sure.
It's a pin.
I know, it's beautiful. I'm honest.
Hi, Jonathan. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I wish I trip. I thought today was supposed to be really nice, it was cold.
What? Felt like it was 77.
Right.
Yeah, we inside with the AC. No?
No, I had the little heater on.
Yeah.
Then can I get another one?
Yeah, sure.
My heater on full blast and
I'll just send it.
the dog. Their dog? Oh, what is that?
No, that's another student, but that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yours turned out really nice.
Yeah.
It's on your.
I'm fine.
Okay. Costco Friday. He's doing a pizza event with students. And I had to order 30 pizzas for Friday to pick up.
All right, you're good to go.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and call the meeting back to order. Thank you so much for that little break. We'll move on to number 2. Mr. Diaz is the Baboquivari resolution to the board.
President and members of the board, members of the community, we are very proud that there were 4 nominations this month for Hero of the Award. Every single one earned, and I thank those that are nominated and acknowledging our staff and our members of the community. At this point, I would ask Director Deidre Martinez to come and present the first 2.
Good afternoon, board members, President, Superintendent, yes. The 2 HIMDO award nominations for December. First one is for our school principals. In 2022, our AZET's accountability data for each one of those sites, we were able to get the maximum bonus points within the ranges of special ed. With those points, it relates to monitoring our systems, make sure that we're detailed with our special ed compliances. So big congratulations to our school principals.
Principals, please stand out so we can give you
And the second nomination for our HIMDO award goes out to Dr. Pettigrew. Dr. Pettigrew. Dr. Pettigrew is a true spirit of teamwork, flexibility, and commitment towards our ESS program here at the USD. She has demonstrated passion, dedication, leadership when it comes to our practices of evaluations and re-evaluations for our ESS campus. So, congratulations, Dr.
Please stand Yes, and at this point, I want to ask Director Aguilar to please go forward. And we're very proud of nominating one member of our community who has made a difference not only to PSD, but every single person in our mission. Go ahead.
Good evening, school board members, board president, Mr. Buendia, and Mr. Diaz, and everyone here. I am so thankful and happy that we were able to nominate Dr. Rodrigo Villar. For nearly 2 years, he and his team battled COVID-19, and Baboquivari Unified School District is grateful for his leadership and his guidance in advising our team on how to create safety protocols that BUSD implemented to safely reopen our schools during the pandemic. With his team's assistance, several hundred COVID-19 vaccines were administered to families on the Tanakh the Nation at our BUSD-sponsored vaccine events that were held at our schools. We want to thank him for advocating for children's health and increasing access to healthcare. We will miss him and his friendly smile, his kind spirit. We wish him continued luck in his future endeavors. Treating patients with compassion is more effective than any type of medicine. We are going to miss him, and it was brought to our attention that this Dr. VR is going to be moving and no longer will be at TO1 Healthcare. I don't know the effective date, but we wanted to make sure that we did honor him because he has helped us tremendously during this whole pandemic and even before then with helping us with childhood immunizations and just always being there for us. So we want to thank him. Yeah, we have a plaque and a certificate for Dr. VR since he wasn't able to join us tonight, and we'll be hand delivering that to him.
And we'll be arranging to see who's available to join us, so we can thank them on behalf of the USD as well. Thank you, Ms. Hart. And the third nomination in the spirit of thanking those that are there when we need them. The third nomination is for Desert Diamond Enterprises. And on behalf of the Baboquivari Unified School District, a USD governing board, our organization is proud to present the HIMDO Award to the Desert Diamond Casino Enterprise for the exemplary commitment in supporting students, teachers, and the Tohono O'odham community. Each month, this is an explanation for them, each month, Baboquivari School District nominates a staff member and or organization that has gone above and beyond to ensure our future leaders have a successful and memorable learning experience. For the month of January, DDC has been selected. DDC has demonstrated their support by opening their facilities during our BUSD staff back to school event, BUSD board retreats, and mini grants to roll out the RCA initiatives and sponsoring the RCA shirts for our students. BUSD appreciates their support and commitment to our Tohono O'odham community. And we have been in communication with DDC Enterprises, and they were unable to join us tonight, but we'll be asking for any of the board members who are willing so we can deliver them and acknowledge them in person. There were not many takers willing to drive an hour and some minutes to be able to come over here back at this late. But Ms. Bautista has thanked the organization and appreciates the acknowledgement, and we'll make sure we deliver also the award. Back to you.
Thank you all. Definitely as honored and just as important to take a moment to acknowledge you all, and especially those that are mentioned. But I know overall, as much as you have done for all of us since you were there, I'm not looking at me. Just kidding. Basically, Mr. Pettigrew and the principals, I appreciate you all so much. I know it's definitely an intricate part of, an integral part of the opportunity that we have to continue to engage with anything that we're doing for our students overall. Again, it is truly an honor. For you all. Thank you so much. I know that the overall achievement and success is only as good as how well we work with the community and those that are able to provide resources. So again, thank you from the governing board, and I continue to enjoy presenting to him that award and continue to push it on. Thank you. Number 3 is our Baboquivari High School District Governing Board Financial Report. Ms. Baboquivari, you have the floor.
Good evening, Board President Guadilla, board members, Mr. Diaz. Never smooth. Tonight we have our financial numbers for December 2022. We're gonna go over the student club balances. That's very tiny, but the sum of it all. In student activities, they had deposits totaling $12,585.95. The primary student council had deposits totaling $3,294 for food sales and Penguin Patch holiday shop sales. The intermediate Stuco had a deposit of $128.50 for snack sales. The middle school student council had a deposit of $250, and that was to cover a shortage for the November deposit that was found. The 8th grade promotion account had a deposit of $931 for food sales and Christmas grams, and also a donation of $4,378.98 from Freeport McMoran and Company Incorporated. The class of 2023 had a deposit of $313. Class of 2024 had a deposit of $1,036.50. Class of 25 had a deposit of $650, and the class of 26 had a deposit of $487.50 from the Miracle on Me sales. The high school girls and boys basketball teams each had a deposit of $682 for concession sales at the December 3rd basketball game. The ending balance on 12/31/22 was $77,691.56 for the student activities clubs. The student auxiliary fund had deposits totaling $907. Sorry, that should say in December for the high school basketball sport entry and disbursement for hotel was $647.66. That was for cross country. The ending balance for auxiliary at the end of December was $9,304.38. Are there any questions on student activity or auxiliary?
Questions on the board?
Just from what you said, the donation from the foundation for eighth grade.
Eighth grade promotion?
No, it was a donation for a check from like.
From Freeport?
Yes. Where is that?
Where's Freeport? That's the mine.
Yeah, but no,
Oh,
I'm saying
it's
like, where's
just,
it?
it's added, it's part of the $5,309.98. So that $4,378.98 donation is added on here with the deposits of $931. So it totals the $5,300.
Okay.
Are there any other questions for the? If not, we can continue.
Okay. And we'll go on to the expenditures. And I don't know, Mr. Diaz, if you want to pull up, yes, the Excel sheet, which is a lot of info. It will be. I'm just making sure that one is the full one.
It's 9 pages.
Yeah, it should be
Which page do you want?
the first one, please, I think.
It's just super tiny.
Yeah. There should actually be 11 on
Let me just download it and save it.
there. Okay, I have 11. But for the district, December's numbers, M&O reflects a budget balance. And it's very tiny on there. Of $2,139,317.90. We're 6 months into the fiscal year and everything's looking good. Our grants department is currently moving expenditure funds from ESSER 2 to ESSER 3. That's why there's a negative balance in there, but once we adjust those purchase orders into ESSER 3, that'll fix that negative in there. Teacher housing expenditures are moved into impact aid as payments are made, depending on our fund balance in teacher housing. That's a normal thing that we do every year because we don't get in enough revenue from teacher housing to cover the cost of maintenance. So the extra we pay out of impact aid. And then we are still waiting to hear back from Arizona legislator about the aggregated expenditure limit. So depending on that, when that gets in, we'll have a clearer picture of what monies we'll have. And at this time, we don't need a budget revision. So overall, we currently have 72.07% left in the budget for spending, or $28,881,873.30. And that's excluding encumbrances. We received $9,178,431.48 so far in revenues for this fiscal year. Do we have any questions on the budget?
Questions forward to the budget?
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and move on to number 4, our Baboquivari School District Principal Reports. Please.
President William, members of the board, before we begin our principal reports, I want to once again acknowledge and thank principals. In a time when we need visibility, we need continue to show the vision and leadership, especially during any transition. I cannot thank the principals enough, especially the month of December, in which not only they have to finish all of the teacher evaluations in the middle of the year, classroom visits, and also organize any event that's happening during the month of December. And you will see during the report everything that they're able to manage. But I want to personally thank them to be able to bring that stability to the schools and continue to move forward, especially during the busy month. And at this point, our principal from Toronto High School, please go forward.
Good evening, President Buendia, governing board members, Mr. Diaz. I have submitted my principal's report in writing. I hope you've had the opportunity to review it. I do want to thank Mr. Diaz for giving that shout out, but I couldn't do it without the team that I have. It's not just me, it's us as a team. So here's our video.
I'm going to hear you start with this star right here. See this one right here? That star is called Polaris.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Those kids are in the floor.
Just to add the field day, we made it a house competition. And so we were giving out points on all the games that the students were playing, and they really learned how to work as a team versus, I get a prize for this. There was no prize given that day, there were just points. We added the points by the end of the day. I still won. But they had such an amazing time working together, and even like just respecting one another, telling each other, we didn't win. When we announced it, we heard cheering from every classroom, but they really had a good time.
I think there was a sound disconnected. I believe I want to reiterate. Amistad won is for the just for the record. Once again, what you see is what everyone sees, but what's behind the scene, once again, what principals were doing to be able to fulfill also the other responsibilities. My heart goes to the principal once again. Thank you.
And I know it's probably going to be acknowledged across the board, especially because it was really detrimental. Kind of see all of the kids suffer, feel the kids suffer. I appreciate that you included, but I know trying to do the best we could to try to help. But nonetheless, thank you so much for your report. Are there any other questions or comments?
I'd like to comment that I'm sorry I didn't make the program. They went a long day. Everybody was participating. I don't think we do that anymore.
Yeah, they have been practicing for it. They were excited. We haven't done it in 3 years, so they were really excited to participate in it. And we made it whatever they wanted to sing, whether it be English or Gotham. And a lot of our cultures teachers stepped up to support with that. So, and the kids are enjoying it. And if you notice in the classrooms, the teachers are doing it with them as well, whether it's culture class or not. But they enjoyed it, and they want to do another performance. And actually, the ukulele program wasn't going to perform, but they asked so that they could show, what they've been learning. We also have our dance program, so they perform later. We couldn't put the whole thing on there, but that was a little snippet of it. But now, yesterday we sent out permission slips for our after-school program. We received a stack back today, so they are and thank you to them who was funding it, so that way they can participate after school.
Awesome.
Good job.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much, Ms. Lucas.
Miguel Lewis, thank you. Thank you, Miguel Lewis.
Good evening, Board President Buendia, board members, and Mr. Diaz. So I have submitted my principal for report, so I hope you had a chance to read it. You can show the video. 3.
Christmas is coming, the snowflakes will be falling. It's the most wonderful time of year. So hang up.
Students are getting hot chocolate for having perfect attendance. As you can tell, that was not made by me. So, I'm just like Ms. Enriquez said, we would not be able to do it without our team that we have on our campus. Starting last year, it was the admin team that came up with all the crazy ideas, and now it's the teachers coming up with the crazy ideas. And so it's rubbing off on them, so we're getting there.
Are there any questions for Anthony? If not, thank you, Ms. Peguelos, appreciate it.
Thank you.
While you walk, hi, Ms. McCud, what's it done?
That's hers.
That's hers. Then, while you walk,
Even
Diego, Ms. McCud. What's it done, right? We get it.
Good evening, Board President, Governing Board Members, Mr. Diaz. Submitted my report in writing, and here's It's our December highlight video.
I just want to thank our Johnson O'Malley Parent Committee. We were able to, we got our Baboquivari shirts near the end of the semester, and so on Monday, I guess it was yesterday we were able to disperse those along with their student schedule, so they now all have their house shirts. So it was cool to see some students put them on as soon as we gave it to them, and then there was a young lady who wore hers today, so I'm excited to get that ball rolling for us now that all of our kids have shirts. So.
Any questions for the report? I don't need to, but I know I really wanted to go to Thursday. Thursday's just going to be really bad for me because of my meetings. I wanted to, speaking, I want to go to this, but we have our council meeting. So I hope somebody can make it.
So please come, we're going to introduce Mr. Diaz as our interim superintendent. He's going to speak a little bit about the direction that we're going and how we're aligning our cycles with the district goals so we can all be consistent. I think that was a perfect opportunity to get in front of some parents and students to see where we're headed. So if you can, please be there.
Yeah, it's great. I'm not trying to get some games too, so I just have to. Thank you so much for always inviting us. I know you do that every time, so appreciate it.
The box.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
All right. Start by saying the name of the school 3 times. Fast.
Barbecue salad. Barbecue salad. I know, I'm gonna practice that. Ms. Larson has already guaranteed me a Wednesday morning just to myself. I'll have it for you guys next time, I promise. So good evening, everybody. President Wayne Diaz, board members, superintendent, Mr. Diaz, and all of you guys. I too have turned in my board reports. After our video, feel free to ask me any questions and I will do the best I can to answer them.
crochet that whole blanket?
Oh, yes, all that artwork, that was by one of our young ladies, Miss Kaya Pablo. She makes hats, hand, gloves. She made me a cap I went to New York City. That was an honest New York City picture right there, of the Christmas tree, but she made me ready to go with some gloves. And we've got a new young lady who wasn't online only, but we encouraged her to come on in, and we found out that she is an incredible artist. So yeah, we've got an artistic bunch there that really like to express themselves through all kinds of different avenues when it comes to the arts and crafts.
That's awesome. Are there any other questions?
I don't have any questions, but I just have comments, I really appreciate, the videos. Even though the holidays are over, it kind of just takes us back to appreciating the holiday with family, friends, people, and all the hard work that went into making sure that our kids enjoyed the holidays. So I really, really appreciate it.
We're very grateful to the community, TOCC, Youth on Their Own. We had a young lady get a laptop, a really nice laptop. You saw there was 2 bicycles given out. So it's amazing, the sharing that happens for us specifically.
I just want to commend all sides and for everything that you guys are doing for our children. Thank you.
Truly, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and continue with tonight's agenda. Number 5 is our Baboquivari Red School District Governing Board reports. Ooh, thank you, Ms. Ella, who's submitted her report in writing. I appreciate that. And Ms. Vance. Yay. I see those just passed for me. Is there anything you want to go ahead and summarize, or are you okay just to write through?
I'm okay.
Ms. Vance?
I'm okay too because I think there's some of you that could share more information, so I wanted to make sure that I met the deadline.
No, I appreciate that. Ms. Stevens?
It was a really great experience, actually, I think, for, going to the conference and kind of walking in, trying to figure out what we were doing for a presentation. I think it was, what are we doing here? But overall, I think it was great. I was grateful that Winona and Ms. Arquicio came out, because I think that they share, they have the experience and that experience working with students. So it was really great to do that. I think the next time we do it, I think it'll be a different feel, just to get getting our feet wet. Overall, it was great. It was a great experience, and getting the Bell Award, seeing the video of what was being done, I think that it was exciting to see that happen. And then also just hearing the keynote address speaker on the second day, he was super inspiring. Me and Kathy had a picture with him. He really had this positive energy, captivated the audience, and I walked away leaving feeling really inspired, and I'm like, oh, this guy is a great speaker. I went and spent a week with him, reading some of his stuff. I know Kathy bought a few books, and I ordered some online from him, so it was a great conference. But also just learning about the process in relation to like how we vote for the Native American caucus, and that's something that I think that's a second time experience. If it wasn't for Juan, I probably would have missed it. He's like, hey, I didn't make the most of here. I'm like, oh, okay. So sharing that information, and congratulations to Juan for becoming the chair of the caucus. So it was really I think one of the biggest things for me for one of the workshops that we attended, it was done by, what's it called? Hold on. There was a school in, I want to say in San Luis, and they are working with 5th graders to get them into the STEM field, and a lot of it is They work with John Hopkins Center, and they send them to training there, but a lot of it is centered on math. And they're working with fifth graders to get them through calculus, trigonometry, and how, I think I had to leave halfway through that to go to the election, but Kathy was with me. She did share that they later on said that like it took them a couple of years to get it going, but it's a really great opportunity, and I think that we should go visit there just to learn more information about that program, because it's been going on for, I wanna say he said 15 years, 13 years? But these students, and they highlighted all these students they have been working with since fifth grade, and that they have gone to college, and like they've gone to like Ivy League schools and gotten really great jobs. And so that was one of the highlights for me to attend that information, especially because I work in higher ed and some of those things are really important to me. And I think early outreach is really important for our students and the exposure. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Stevens. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm sorry, what other reports,
Yeah.
but, it was a fantastic, I've gone to many, school board conferences, the annual school board conferences, but this one was quite, interesting, different. I think there was a lot of collaboration, with the different entities of all the Arizona State, schools. I think the opportunity of being recognized with the award that we were recognized for, I think it instills a lot of the work that you do here at the college, because here at the school district, and thank you for that, because that helps both what we are able to achieve then. But also, the COPTEC meeting, and again, congratulations to Juan. And I also want to just say that I think it took a lot for you to even run for the board of directors position as the president for the Arizona School Board Association. I think you did a good job. But again, you and Desiree, I think, have made history for ASBA, because this is our first Native American president for Arizona School Board Association. So, and that is something that we just, in the AHAC, we have pushed for many years, and we have finally accomplished that. So that was something that I really am proud of as being part of the Arizona School Board Association. The other thing is that I really appreciated the tour, and, you know, it was really fantastic to see all the work that has been done, and finding out what still needs to be done, and understanding, you know, the dollars that we need to apply for in order to get the work all done, and I understood. And basically, I think going from the, what do you call it, from, where maintaining to,
Before we start building, right now we're going from repairing to
Repairing.
maintaining and then building something.
right.
We're still
So
somewhere in the middle.
that was very clear, what our 3 or 4 or 5 years plan. And, the director, I can't remember his name. Rob? Russ Rolla. You know what I noticed about how you work very well with your staff, and how your staff is very well known in all the schools, because they depend on them so much. And they're very personal with them, you know, and they care about what the work that they do in regards to making sure that, you know, the schools are, you know, they're well equipped, and they're well clean, you know, so I'm hoping that, we will continue doing that, and, you know, everybody knows all the facilities in each school and who they are and what they do, and I think that has a lot to do with how you manage to manage it. Thank you. years. I'm happy for that and hope that we can all work together in the future and thank you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Ms. Hendricks. So just to kind of round out our reports, I do definitely want to thank everyone for indulging with us in the long staking process that we had throughout the year of December, trying to navigate our way through much of what we have to do as a governing board in addressing our superintendent and of course announcing our interim superintendent. So thank you all so much, those of you in the room and those of you who participated in a lot of the efforts that we tried to take to make sure we were making smart, strong decisions on behalf of our students and the community. I feel very, very confident that we are going to see some very much needed successes and the ability for us to really collaborate as much as we have and as much as we will with the community and all of our parents and everyone that participates in upbringing of our students. So thank you so much, first of all, for again indulging with us in those late evenings and early, late evenings and then everything else that came of it. Definitely want to send thanks to Mr. Roloff and everyone at the campuses that provided the tours. It was definitely something to take in and actually be able to see and look at and hear the information that was provided. Very grateful and honored to be able to see as much as we have done and really look forward to achieving much more as we continue to look at different avenues and how to make the school so much better. So I do have to tip my hat again to Mr. Roloff and his entire team and everyone else that has been working on any of the other contractors and so on and so forth that are just making our classes, not our classes, our schools and everything else just look so much better for the students overall. So thank you again. Rounding out again, I am part of the Arizona School Board Association Board of Directors. We just had a retreat this past weekend, which was also looking at much of the strategic plans for the overall association and then kind of just getting to know the rest of the board members. It's a really young board. I think everyone on that board right now has not even been with the association for more than 2 to 3 years. Most of them are very new, so they were really impressed with. There's only like 2 or 3 of them that have been on the board for at least 6 years. So it is interesting, and I think that we're going to see a lot of really good things come out of the association on behalf of not only all the students in Arizona, but specifically for Native American students, which I know we emphasize, which again leads into the presentation that we did at ESBA. Much of that was in light of just trying to highlight some of the things that we've been able to see that you all have been able to achieve. So very grateful that we had those that were with us to be able to give us almost a really quick view as to how it happens inside of the classrooms, which was really cool. Last thing, no, I just thank you all so much and looking forward to touring the sites again. I think we're going to do another one on the academics. We did, you said we're doing another one to look at the academics and the curriculum type of tour throughout the campuses. So looking forward to that one. And that'll be it for me. So thank you all so much. We'll go ahead and move on to number 6, which is our Baboquivari School District Superintendent's Report. Mr. Diaz.
President Buendia, members of the board, first of all, congratulations, President Buendia. Sorry. All of the directors' reports have been submitted, including the one for curriculum instruction that includes the culture, the math, curriculum specialist, and a coordinated tutoring. I want to give a shout out also to 2 shout outs. The first one is for Director Martinez. He has worked on the next year enrollment, online enrollment, and minimizing and making it smoother. So he will be presenting during the board retreat more in depth and also show you. We are pretty much ready to get started, but he will go in depth during the retreat and the presentation that he put together to get us going. We are ahead of schedule on that one. So I want to announce and give credit to the work that has been done with him and the ONs to get us ready for that. And the second one also for Ms. Hart. Over a ton of food has been provided to our community members. And also you'll see all donations, I'll let one of you, because you guys also read the report, to acknowledge the work that has been done. And at this point, I submitted my report in writing, all 17 pages. I'm sure you took notes on every single one of them. But at this point, we can present the video, for the superintendent, and the celebrations in Sunrise House as well. And let's start with the superintendent. During the month of December, among the district schools administrators, it was discussed how to integrate the schools initiative while still focusing on the common core standards. Upon our discussion, it was prioritized that moving forward, our lessons will aim to have our own components. The four components include: number one, fun and engaging lessons; number two, promote fluency in reading and math; number three, culturally relevant lessons; and number four, ensure that 80% mastery for 70% of the students or better. December is an extension of the month of November. During the month of December, schools had the opportunity to showcase the reading strategies they implemented during the month of November and capturing those strategies in a video. Here's an example. As of December 2022, a total of 909 classroom visits have been completed by our school IoT teams. These visits allow admin teams to provide valuable feedback for teachers. Special shout out to Ms. Itzy. During the month of December, she completed the final touches on the math curriculum website. This website houses curriculum map for each grade level K-12, instructional resources, standards placemats, math newsletters, and testing documents. During the month of December, students kinder through 6th grade, they've been taking their benchmark assessments. We are looking forward in January to show the students well. Special thanks to all of our students, tutors, and coordinators that they ensure that our students are taking advantage of our after-school tutoring as well as winter credit recovery program. Thanks to everyone's support, our students, third grade through 8th grade, have demonstrated almost a month and a half growth in reading and over a month in math. Also special thanks to Ms. Menta and Mr. Colson for the successful winter credit recovery program. Sana por ahí.
What did you guys think? Did you work out?
Any questions?
Excellent.
Question? No? No?
Thank you.
No
Thank-
questions.
I
Celebrations?
I don't have any questions, but I do just wanna again make a comment about how, all of this, and you guys have said it before, when, we were recognizing the site principals about everyone that's working at your sites to accomplish this whole goal and the Golden Bell Award. The Sunrise House, I know Aggie really appreciated us stopping by when we done our visit. Deidre for everything that they're doing, to make sure that we're in compliance and we're ahead of the game and we're, looking forward to the new year and Russ for everything that you're doing with the buildings. We never had, seemed like we didn't have a plan. And everyone was just kind of going wherever, and there was really no plan for BUSD and looking forward in the upcoming year. So I really appreciate everything that you, Mr. Diaz, that you're doing to try to make sure that everybody's coming together and have such a kind heart, and the way that you're doing it is going to benefit all of us, and especially our children. So for me, that's what really stands out, is that there's a plan that we're looking forward to. There's a goal that we have, and that everybody's coming together to reach that goal. Thank you. And then again, Aggie, for being there, being at the conference with us to make sure that our video was going the way it was supposed to be going. So I wouldn't have known how to do that, and I don't know. It's just so that for me was really, really amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Anissa. Once again, it's not my plan. It's a representation of where we're gonna go as a team. I'm proud of my team, and I look forward that my voice is gonna be their voice, and the goals is gonna be their goals, that will represent what the students deserve and what the community deserves. Another shout out also for Ms. Hart. She also was able, based on her connections, get over $12,000 worth of reading glasses that you see on the donations. But I want to take this opportunity as well to celebrate and acknowledge her efforts. So shout out to Ms. Hart.
On the basis of technology, I think that we've always wanted, and I know parents are greatly appreciative. Again, shout out to Mr. Dietrich there. It's just digitalizing the enrollment process and making it so much easier. Thank you, Lord. But no, it's something that I think that everyone's really worth pushing for. So I really am proud of all of you guys, and I think it's very important to continue to say that. So celebrations video.
This one has no audio.
That's good.
Okay, sorry.
Same.
Mr. Martinez is not a common number for us.
Would you like to come to the podium and give us a plea for your presentation?
Y'all didn't have to put music to his presentation?
Cause he said he was gonna sing.
And then,
I didn't think music would be necessary, but.
We can all help you.
it's a nice presentation.
I need somebody new.
Next month.
The video.
Or the big, the link. I think there's a link,
Oh, I thought you wanted to go over the, want to talk first. So go ahead and display the video?
Yes, please.
Thank you to all the people at the administration building that donated to the 5 holiday boxes that went out to 5 families in our district. Each box included either a ham or a turkey, stuffing, chicken broth, 6 cans of vegetables, pumpkin pie, rolls, pears, potatoes, a Christmas towel and washcloth, along with we donated a couple of trees and some toys. Thank you to everyone who donated. I would also like to give a big shout out to my son, 11-year-old Bryce Turner, who helped me shop, put the food boxes together, and helped me deliver them. Thank you.
music, a voiceover, anything.
Give him a shout out. Those are all of the reports and the videos. I know we spent some time going over the videos. Thank you for taking the time and coming in on the briefings. But any specific questions, comments at this point?
Anything from the board? Thank you so much, Mr. Diaz. Appreciate it. Number 7, coaches and club sponsors. We'll go ahead and read them off. We will the B for B, just FFA advisor, the senior oldest for B, just head cheer coach. Primary elementary club sponsors. Ms. Angelica Salcido and Krishna Scott Matias for the Oida. Shirabel Bernardo and Charlene. Antonio for dance. Vanessa Holmes and Amy Spotted for running. Charlene Antonio and Jesse Lou Ramos for fine arts. And Elizabeth for science. Barbara Nunez for cooking and Daniel Nelson for science club. Again, board is just for your information. Messages are already been approved. They're just announcing the individuals that are taking those roles. If no questions, we'll move on. Letter F is action items. Number 1, discussion and possible approval on the performance pay plan for eligible certified teachers. At this time, I will move to table the item until we can come up with all the information. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Kathleen Vance.
All those in favor of the motion? Juan Bonilla?
Myself.
Anna Marie Stevens? Sylvia Hendricks? Ella Mae Greasewood?
Aye.
Kathleen Vance? Motion carries.
Thank you. Number 2, discussion and possible approval of the Baboquivari School District 2023-2024 school calendar. Mr. Diaz.
President Medina, members of the board, there was a committee that was put together that included administrators, principals, district administrators, classified staff, to be able to put together a calendar, and that it's going to be also culturally responsive, and as well as giving us the expectation of 180 days for your review. I have reviewed the calendar myself, and I have met with the board members individually as well to review the calendar. And at this point, we're bringing the calendar forward for your approval. Upon your approval, they will then determine when are going to be the fall and spring teacher conferences.
Any action on the item or discussion?
I have a
Bless you.
Can we do a motion to approve?
A motion to approve the calendar for 2023-2024. Sylvia Hendricks, Mike Dunch, Kathleen Vance.
All those in favor of the motion, Juan Buendia, Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ellen May Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance,
Myself,
motion carries.
Motion carries. Number 3 is discussion and possible approval of site administrators working days change. Mr. Dean.
President, Buendia, members of the board, we have evaluated the decision that was made of having 11-month administrators versus 12 months. We do believe that it is more financially responsible to have 12-month administrators. That way they can not only plan and execute the responsibilities of the regular school year, summer school, but also plan for the incoming school year. It is my support and as well as bringing it before the governing board for support to extend this calendar for our district principal administrators, and school administrators, as well as some of the district administrators to be able to support moving forward in carrying on the 3-year extended goals that we have that will be presented to you.
can I go ahead and make the motion to approve?
Motion by Ms. Sylvia Hendricks to approve the site administrators working days. Second.
Ms. Greasewood?
Anna Marie Stevens. Sorry.
Motion by Sylvia Hendricks, second by Anna Marie Stevens. Correct? All those in favor, Juan Buendia, Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks,
Myself,
Ella May Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance,
myself,
motion carries.
Number 4, discussion and possible approval of reading interventionist position.
President Diaz, members of the board, our intermediate school has received an awarded funding to be able to turn the school around. Part of the funding that she's receiving from this grant, our principal BKA is asking for support in hiring a reading specialist to be able to support the students to pull up through a reading program. And I'm also in support, and I believe that this is a good investment of the funding. Based on where the students are, based on where the students would need to go, we need to take the students. I do believe that having this tier 2 intervention in that school will be able to help us move the students forward in the area of reading. This person is going to be reporting directly to Ms. Miguel Lewis. And the funding is not from the district. Once again, it is based on the grant that the school has received at the school improvement. Correct.
I had a short discussion. I just want to make sure that I voice it. And I know that we definitely want to be able to support and encourage and engage, the needs of the campuses. And I know we're going to have some discussions and conversation with Mr. Diaz was at the retreat. But I think ultimately what I do want to be able to see from all of the sites is any of these interventions and any of these things that we're putting into place, exactly when and where and how these things are going to be laid out, because I know we've had them for so long and we're kind of continuing to still remain where we are, where we have been, moving backwards. I understand COVID plays an intricate part of making sure of why we're putting the way that we are. But I do want to be able to we're utilizing everything that we have to the degree that we need to in some form of fashion that we're going to see results from it. I think I've had that conversation in general multiple times with Mr. Diaz, just because you know that we've continued, again, like I said, we continue to make sure that these things are there, and when and where do we see the actual result that we want. Maybe we're not utilizing them the way that we should or could, or what are we missing because it just seems to be unresolved a little bit, but hey, that's just from looking at it from our point of view, that's what we get. But I know it's a different line of sight for the principals and what they're doing. That's my own comment. I just know we have so many interventionists and so many different types of levels of support, and I know we're going to be able to see so much of the retreat that maybe it'll help me to look at that from a different viewpoint. Mrs. Hendricks?
yeah, I agree, but I also wanted to find out, and this is what I just thought about it, is that, so this position will open up immediately once it's approved? And then,
That is correct, mitigated risk.
and so it'll be for the remainder of this year, and then it'll go beyond, and go to 23, 24, and how many more years after? Or is it just this year?
It's only for, well, it's currently only for this year, but if we, get approved for the CSI grant again for next year, then we will keep it going, but we don't know for sure if it will still be under the CSI grant next year. We're hoping we're not.
Yeah, so I guess the question then on top of that is that if it's beneficial and it's working, I'm hoping that we could cover it as a school district.
Presumably.
Because that's usually how most grants work.
Absolutely, we wanna keep up works and, but everything that we have in place, one of the layers that we need to add is, if it's working, why is it working, and when it's not working, what are we gonna do about it? For this position, if we don't get the money from, school improvement, that's a good thing, that means that we're in the right direction. But once we have, tier 1 and tier 2 in place, then we can decide which other programs we don't need, what positions we don't need, or we can then refurbish in other areas that we need it. But nevertheless, this position is contingent to the grant, but not having those money, it's a good thing.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sylvia Hendricks, second by Ms. Anna Marie Stevens.
All those in favor of the motion, Juan Bonilla,
Yes.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance,
Masaka.
motion carries.
Motion carries. Letter G is the consent agenda without objection, I motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Ms. Kathleen Vance.
All those in favor of the motion, Juan Bonilla,
Gonzalo.
Anna Marie Stevens,
Aye.
Sylvia Hendricks, Ella Mae Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance,
Masaka.
motion carries.
Thank you. Letter H, request for future agenda items. Just to put on the record, Mr. Diaz, and we know we did have this conversation. I do want to have a presentation of all of our letter grades and all of the assessments and all of those things that are going to be presented to the public. And we're going to get all that information at the retreat. We don't normally televise, I mean, we don't normally stream the retreat and or have that information that will be available, but I think it's important for the public to see where we are and what we're going to do and how we're going to get there. So that would be my only request for a future agenda, for sure, is just to have that, granted, you know, laid out, good or bad, whatever it is, we need to, be transparent. And I think that that's going to be a good way for us to see why do we use the letter grade, all those things. Good things.
Yeah,
Anything else? Oh, go ahead.
I agree, because we are providing a lot of support in this area.
Anything else for future agenda items?
First things first, the winter retreat, I sent you your reservations, we're all set for 1:20 check-in, check-out 1:22. You should have received your National School Board Association registration and hotel confirmations. I did have a conversation with Sylvia about, things she may need on the trip. As for flights, I'll be doing those in the next few days, but what I was planning on is a group flight to have all of you hopefully on the same plane, getting there, sharing a van or a limo to get to the hotel, so nobody gets lost. Other than that, I will be contacting you probably about, maybe just birthday information if I can't find it. I think Jose has that for me. I will be asking for a special board meeting, hopefully Thursday, to approve some student overnight travel for FFA, something virtual at noon. I'll reach out to everybody tomorrow morning to try and get at least 3 board members as quorum, hopefully as less than 5 minutes. I will send you guys the actual travel request, so you guys have that beforehand. That just came up about the presentation. Did you want to have a stream from the retreat, or just a public hearing and stream it from there?
No.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Other than that, if you guys don't have anything else, you guys are set for the winter retreat, NSBA, special meeting to approve. We'll start getting you stuff for NAFIS. Actually, Mr. Figueroa,
So that should be.
do we have one board member or two? Hey, who wants to go to DC to talk to Congress people?
What are the dates?
March.
31st.
No.
March 31st is NSBA
18th to the 22nd.
of April?
In March,
March.
as far as I saw.
March the 11th to the 15th.
11th.
So that's already been board approved. I would just, if we could get 2 board members to sign on, then we can have those registrations and hotel reservations and flights to work on.
Whoever wants to go at.
On the same note, we're working on the updated video for the presentation on NSBA. And Ms. Ivy Hart is gonna be contacting you, so we can capture that part of your presentation. So we will have a video to present everyone and ensure that everyone's presentation includes all of the sections that you wanted. We will embed it and mount it on the video that we're putting together. So, be on the lookout for Ivy Hart, and schedule some time, so we can record your section and your slides. All we need is your voice and some sections in your face, so we can create the video that we will be presenting. So the goal is to have a presentation and then have a forum after the video presentation.
Also, Ms. Hart, I just got an email about the way that they want the presentation set up. So I'm gonna forward it to you. I don't know, in case, well, for sure.
I have Ms. Stevens or NAFIS. Anyone else would wanna? Juan, yeah, okay. And it's closed. I'm done.
Anything else for future agenda items? Ms. Vance, burning future item request? Yeah, no, okay. Okay, all right. I was just trying to keep you here longer. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Ms. Sylvia Hendricks, second by Ms. Anne Marie Stevens.
All those in favor of the motion, Juan Buendia, Anne Marie Stevens, Sylvia Hendricks, Elevate Greasewood,
Aye.
Kathleen Vance.
7:32 PM, we are adjourned. Thank you all so much.